Hi, my name is Samuel Kaiser. I'm a student of St. Mary's University of Minnesota. I'm enrolled in the Doctor of Business Administration program. I am here to present to you an analysis of investment business in a developing country, and my country of choice is Cameroon. This is the overview of what I'll be presenting for you today. I will talk about the history, the introduction, culture, and resources of Cameroon, as well as economic facts, business environment, business opportunities. I will also be comparing Cameroon and other sub-Saharan African countries, as well as the high-income countries. I will talk about the SWOT analysis. I'll give you my recommendations, as well as I'll share my references. A brief history of Cameroon. Cameroon history dates far back as 1472, where the Portuguese arrived at the River Wuri, where they named it Rios dos Cameros. That is where Cameroon got its name, which means rivers of palms. In 1520, the Portuguese set up a sugar plantation, and then the slave trade began. In the 17th century, the Dutch displaced the Portuguese, and Cameroon became a German protectorate between 1884 to 1916. And between 1916 to 1960, Cameroon was mandated a territory of Britain and France. In 1960, French Cameroon gained independence from the French, as well as in 1961, the English Cameroon also gained their independence from the British, where they opted to join the French Cameroon to form the Federal Republic of Cameroon. In 1972, there was a change in the Cameroon constitution where the Cameroon became the United Republic of Cameroon. And in 1984, the current president of Cameroon changed the name to the Republic of Cameroon, which dates back to 1960 when the French got their independence from France. Hence, the current political unrest in Cameroon. The English Cameroonians believe that they have been annexed by the French Cameroon. Introduction into Cameroon. Cameroon is well known for their skill in soccer. They are known worldwide with regards to that. To give you a slight knowledge about the size of Cameroon, Cameroon is slightly bigger than the state of California and about 4 times the state of Pennsylvania. The government of Cameroon is a republic, with the president, who is the head of government, who is the head of state, named President Paul Biya, and the prime minister, who is the head of government, named Dion Gute. Cameroon ranks as a lower middle income country by the World Bank. It's also called Cameroon in miniature, meaning it has all the geographic regions that you will go in the rest of Africa, and that you'll find in the rest of Africa. It does have the mountains, coastlines, forests, rainforests, deserts, semi-arid regions, and arid regions as well. Cameroon does have 253 ethnic groups and languages. It does have a mixed culture that was taken from the Germans, the English, and the French. Cameroon has generally enjoyed a very peaceful country. More than 60% of the population of Cameroon is below the age of 25. Fertilities in Cameroon is falling, but it's still high. Resources and culture. Cameroon is blessed with lots of natural resources, a few of which are oil and gas, timber, aluminum. In agriculture, there is a lot of cocoa, coffee, tea, and cotton farming, as well as uranium that is being mined in Cameroon. You will see on the left-hand side here a black sandy beach, as well as a white sandy beach. Most often most people haven't seen a black sandy beach, which is due to the presence of volcanic nature of the area. With regards to culture, Cameroonians are very boisterous in a good way. They are very loud. They will converse and speak at very high volume of very high tune. They like to enjoy themselves. They are very proud. They always answer a question with a question. They always want to get ahead, and that brings out their hardworking characteristics or nature. They are hardly ever on time. If you give them a time of 9 o'clock, know for sure they will arrive at 10. They say it as it is, and they are extremely hospitable. Economic facts. Cameroon does have a population of 27.7 million, a GDP of $38 billion, GNI per capita of $3,610, an HDI of 0.56, and also ranked as 150th of 189 economies. The Gini index is at 46.6, which is really high, and the literacy rate is 77.6. It ranks as the fifth most literate country in sub-Saharan Africa. Average inflation rate between 2017 to 2020 is 1.5%. Export of goods and services per GDP ranks at 19.3%, as well as imports of goods and services with regards to GDP, 23.7%. This gives you a trade deficit here for sure. The FDI net inflow for 2018 was at $765 million. Unemployment rate is at 3.38%, which is very, very low. I don't believe those figures. There is much to do with the unemployment rate with regards to Cameroon. These are some major macroeconomic indicators. GDP growth has been steady from 2017 at 3.5% to 2020 at 4.1%. Inflation yearly average is at 0.6% from 2017 to 2.2% in 2020. Budget balance or percentage GDP, they've experienced a negative balance with regards to that, and this could be traced back to the imbalance in the trade of imports and exports of goods and services. Public debt is at 39.1% of their GDP. With regards to the GDP composition, you will see that agriculture brings in 14% of the GDP, services 51.63%, industry 27.78%, and then out of industry, you will see that manufacturing is at 18.56%, which is very low here. To meet the goal to fall into the bracket of upper middle income countries, Cameroon needs to do more with regards to manufacturing. Economic facts continue. Lending interest rate as of 2019 is 15%. This is really high to attract businesses to take loans to invest. Terrorism index is at 6.62% over 10, which is very high. Ease of doing business, Cameroon ranks at 167 out of 190 different countries in 2019, which is very, very low. There's a lot of hurdles and obstacles in doing business in Cameroon. Economic freedom, Cameroon ranks 145th out of 180 different countries. It's ranked as mostly unfree in 2020. Cameroon is rated C for country risk assessments, rated D for business climate, very high risk business climate. Doing business in Cameroon, the city covered was Douala, the economic capital of Cameroon, which is has a population of about 1.5 million people. You will see key indicators here how Cameroon fares with regards to doing business. Dealing with construction permits, 154th, registering property, 175th, paying taxes, 181 out of 190 countries, and then trading across border, 186. Types of business opportunities in Cameroon. With regards to small business investment opportunities, there is great opportunity for tea production, livestock farming, food processing companies, transport business, plastic production company, especially from recycled materials, licensed soccer agency, sport shop, outdoor catering services, public address and party rental services, supply and general merchandise businesses. With regards to deep pocket business investment opportunities, there is oil and gas exploration, hospitality and tourism, affordable housing, varied real estate businesses, agriculture and food production, fast food chains, modern retail centers and entertainment, internet broadband, which would be the 3G and 4G, is a lucrative investment opportunity in Cameroon. Comparison with regards to trading across border, which we saw was one of the areas where Cameroon fares very poorly. You will see that the numbers under the column of Cameroon are relatively high compared to that of sub-Saharan Africa. And then it also contrasts with the ones of the OECD high income countries. Well, let's take, for instance, time to export. Border compliance hours. For Cameroon, it is 202 hours. For sub-Saharan Africa, it is 97.1. And then for the OECD high-income countries, it is 12.7. This is where Cameroon needs to do a lot to change their economic landscape. This is the SWOT analysis with regards to strength. Cameroon does have a diversified economy compared with those of other oil exporting countries. Ongoing efforts to modernize infrastructures. Cameroon is a member of the CEMAC and the ECAS economic community. With regards to weaknesses, the economy is government employment heavy, very difficult business environment, heightened political risk, underinvestment with regards to social safety nets. For opportunities, there is the extensive deep water seaport in Kribi that just got completed in 2018. The service sector, particularly in banking and finance, are expected to expand vigorously. More than 60% of the population is under the age of 25. There is opportunity for Cameroon to form trade alliance with Nigeria with regards to the population of Nigeria. With regards to threats, Anglophone Cameroon crisis poses a great threat. Prevalence of corruption, depletion of oil resources, impending attacks by terrorist groups, and then tribalism are all the threats that are facing Cameroon. Recommendations. With regards to the government, and there I'm looking at economic freedom, there should be improvement in the rule of law, which would be property rights, judicial effectiveness, and government integrity. The government of Cameroon should ensure or see that they curb insecurity. They should also look at easing trade across borders. The inadequate judicial and regulatory systems undermine foreign investments. That should be looked at for sure. Cameroon is in dire need of roads. With regards to an investor, an individual or company, this is not a good time to invest in Cameroon. But if someone is really interested to invest in Cameroon, they should go ahead, do their feasibility studies, and do the analysis and make it an investment. And I did look into a case study with regards to current business in Cameroon, and this is Guinness Cameroon SA. Even though they are spending 15% of their revenue with regards to the bad infrastructure, which in this area will be mainly roads, labor cost is low. There is the market. Guinness runs a very healthy business in Cameroon, which ranks 5th biggest market with regards to volume after Britain, Ireland, Nigeria, and America. Return on capital investment in Cameroon from Guinness is around 16%, and they do experience a 14% year-by-year growth over the years. Thank you for watching and listening. These are my references. Thank you very much.